Thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Wednesday, and we're going to continue on our journey down the Tao Te Ching. So this is the book I'm using, and today we are on verse 16, which is Tranquility. Now, if you haven't watched one of these before, the Tao Te Ching is basically a book of old Chinese wise tales. That's pretty much what it translates to. These tales and these stories have been around since about 2500 BC, before Christ, before the Christian era, whatever it is, whatever the BC stands for now. This is the version that I use, but there are many, many, many others out there. Different translations. You can feel free to look it up, find a translation that you're comfortable with, and go from there as far as your journey on it. For me, I started reading this and then dropped off, started back, dropped off, started back, dropped off. So I figured I would do this with you guys every Wednesday. So starting, back however long ago that was, beginning of the year. So we are currently on verse 16, which says tranquility. Okay. And the other thing I wanted to say too is please like, subscribe, and share. Because if you get something out of this content, chances are someone else will as well. And feel free to leave your comment below, okay? Leave your comment below on what you think about it. So I wanted to start out, before I start reading, I wanted to start out with the actual definition of tranquility. Because we all may have our own version or our own definition of what we think tranquility or tranquil means. So I just wanted to just let us all start out on the same page. So I pulled it up, and tranquility is the quality or state of being tranquil or calm. Okay. So that's what it means. Calm. So we're all on the same page. So this whole verse is about being calm. Okay. I'm a little tired if y'all can't tell. That's why I'm a little off. I'm a little out of it because I'm tired. But anyway, let's jump on into this and see what it says. Okay. So it says, allow the heart to empty itself of all turmoil. Retrieve the utter tranquility of mind from which you issued. Although all forms are dynamic and we all grow and transform, each of us is compelled to return to our root. Our root is quietude. To fully return to our root is to be enlightened. Never experience tranquility is an act blindly, a sure path to disaster. Never experience tranquility. Maybe that's supposed to be asked to act blindly, a sure path to disaster. To know tranquility is to embrace all. To embrace all is to be just. Justice is a foundation of wholeness. Wholeness is the great integrity. The great integrity is infinite fulfilling itself. Is the infinite fulfilling itself. Okay, so we're going to break this down as far as what I think this means. And again, please feel free to leave your comments below. Tell me what you think, okay? What you get out of this. So it says, allow the heart to empty itself of all turmoil. Retrieve the utter tranquility of mind from which you issued. So to release yourself of everything that's really bothering you, that's the turmoil part, right? So everything that's on your mind, everything that's stressing you out, everything that's bothering you, you have to let it go. And then for that, bring back the tranquility of the mind from which you issued. To me, this is basically talking about, I know there are times when I have been in a situation that was stressed or something like that, and I would go to my quiet place, okay, in my head. And for me, I don't know if you guys saw the movie Gladiator, because y'all know it's always a movie with me, but whatever. But you saw the movie Gladiator when he was in the fields and, he's sitting there and he's brushing the grass as he walked past and stuff. To me, that's my calm. That's my inner calm place. So when I need to calm down and people getting and you see one of these, as somebody doing one of these moments, that's usually where I'm going. Okay. I know my best friend, hers is Paris. She goes to Paris. I remember in the movie, what was the name of that movie? Fight Club. His was his cave with his penguin, okay? And he had to just slide, okay? So whatever that place is for you, that's where when you really feeling stressed out and you really feel like things are really getting out of hand, go to your peaceful place. Go to your quiet place. And that's what that to me sounds like it's talking about. So although all forms are dynamic and we all grow and transform, each of us is compelled to return to our root. And our root is quietude. Now, I know what they're saying. The root is to be quiet, calm, and in peace. But I think a lot of us, what we end up doing is as we are growing, as we are transforming, we're not going to a quiet place. Otherwise, we would already have that tranquility and that's where we will go. We are actually going back to what we know. So when you go through transformations and changes, you take 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Okay. You take 4 steps forward, 3 steps back. And it just keeps going like that. So you do make some progression. I ain't saying it right the first time. It's supposed to be 3 steps, 2 steps. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. You take that progression forward, but at that same time, you end up going back to your roots. You just may have let go of something. So to me, this one is saying that part where we come back, it shouldn't be go back to what you were, but go back to that quiet place, go back to that tranquility. And I'm not sure if he's talking about, or she, whoever wrote this, is talking about, back when you're in the womb and it's quiet and it's tranquil and it's peaceful. At least that's what we would imagine it would be. But anyway, to go back to the roots, which is quiet too. To fully return to our root is to be enlightened. Never to experience tranquility is to act blindly, a sure path to disaster. So if you don't take a moment to pause before you act, then yes, it's going to be disastrous. So part of going down that enlightenment journey is realizing that you don't always have to say something. You don't always have to react. You don't always have to do. Sometimes it's just a matter of just being quiet and just walking away, or just not saying anything and just keeping the peace. There have been times when I've heard people say things and I could have came back with something. I could have said something against it, or, whatever, made some kind of comment. And it's just like, you know what, I'm gonna let that go. Because honestly, at the end of the day, most of these arguments and things that people get into, if they were to stop and really think about it, do you even care about what you're arguing about? Does it even really make a big difference to you? Does it matter? If 15 minutes away, I think that's what somebody said, if 15 minutes later it's not gonna matter and you're not gonna count it, then why is it counting now? Let it go. That's part of reaching that enlightenment, getting to where you need. And that's the tranquility, that peace, that calm that you have within yourself. And that's what I feel like this is saying. Never to experience tranquility is to act blindly, a sure path to disaster. Because within yourself, you're never peaceful. Within yourself, it's always a storm. You can't rain all the time. Isn't that what he said in the Crow? It can't rain all the time. So that's what that verse means. That part of that means to me. And then the last part, to know tranquility is to embrace all. To embrace all is to be just. Justice is the foundation of wholeness. Wholeness is the great integrity, and the great integrity is infinite fulfilling itself. So to know tranquility is to embrace all. So the all that I think this is talking about is your situations. Because if you are peaceful within yourself, it's going to be really hard to knock you off your stoop. You know what I mean? It's going to really be hard to really come at you in a manner where you going to switch up and become that storm again. Because you found peace and stuff like that. A lot of things that people say doesn't really matter. Now, am I saying this is how I am? No, I am not. Because you catch me on the wrong day, it ain't gonna be no tranquility. So I'm not saying that for myself, but as far as where they're talking about, like once you reach a point where you're enlightened and you have this tranquility, then you get to this point where things just don't bother you and you can just stay calm no matter what the situation is. And you can embrace it. To embrace all is to be just. So what they say, justice is blind. So you don't, I guess you just act in a manner that is always okay, because you're able to think. You're in a calm state, so you can think and you can work things out, and so you can do the right thing. That's my interpretation, though. Wholeness is the great integrity. Well, isn't that what the great integrity is? And remember, in one of the previous verses, the great integrity is like God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah, whatever name you give it, spirit, source, whatever name that you give that energy, that spirit, that's what they're talking about as far as the great integrity. And the great integrity is always peaceful, always calm, always has, great integrity, always, all of that. The love and spirit is always just. It's not going to do anything that's going to be unjust for you guys. I swear I'm not doing a good job today. But anyway, we almost done. The great integrity is the infinite fulfilling itself. So, yeah. The great integrity is the infinite fulfilling itself. It is what it is. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So that was the Tao Te Ching, verse 16, which was tranquility. Next week is leaders for verse 17. I hope you got something out of it. Again, let me know what you think. What was your opinion of it? What did you get out of this? I really would love to know what you guys are thinking. But in any case, drop a comment below. I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow.